This is my grandpa's talk show.
Hello and welcome to Nature Talk News, brought to you by James, aka Hiker James, from the Sunshine State of Southwest Florida. Where there's nature, there's news. Hello and welcome to another episode. Today we have as our guest Jens Ayu from Tanzania, Africa. And he's on here to talk about his shelter that he runs down there. And so we're going to jump right into it and listen to what he has to say.
Hi.
Hi. This is James from Nature Talk News. Who am I speaking with?
To Jens.
Jens.
How are you?
All you. Jens, are
yeah.
you?
The connection at home today is not too well.
Okay. I just wanted to see how the reception's going to be and everything. Hadn't planned on recording yet. I usually do it outside because we're in a RV down here in Florida, and I go outside where I can get a lot better reception. I just wanted to kind of see how it was going to sound and everything. But what did you like to know about my radio show?
Yeah, it sounds very interesting for us because we are actually expanding our program or project. So I don't know, you follow us on Facebook, I see?
Yes, I follow you.
And
on your website.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how well you are taking care of the animals down there. I've noticed that put a lot of pictures of before and after of some of these dogs there, and I think people need to see that because a lot of people think that a shelter is just a place to take a dog and they put them in a pen and then they try to adopt them out, but you just do amazing things with those dogs.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah. It's raining pretty hard right here, and usually when it rains, I lose my internet connection because we're on satellite. But what would be a good time?
I mean, we can try. The connection is not too bad now, I have to say. From this side, I actually expected it worse. I'm easy, more or less.
Okay.
And I would like to know what you would like to, what you would like to know so we can prepare it maybe a little bit.
Okay. What I've been asking.
Yeah, a little bit about the history, for example, because we are, like I said, we are trying to expand our project now this year. We are operating since 2013, and we see the need that we actually do more than just rescuing the dogs. So we did a vaccination campaign already because rabies is still a big case out here in Tanzania, and we now also started with a worldwide veterinary services spay and neuter campaigns where we had a pilot project and which worked really, really well, and by next week we hope we get some more information on how to proceed.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting there. And well, you told me how long you've been there doing that. Now, do you have a lot of animals down there that are stray? Because I noticed here, especially out in Arizona, just dogs running everywhere.
Yeah, it's not really stray dogs. You call them free roaming. The majority of dogs are actually having owners, at least on the countryside. In Arusha City, it is different. In Arusha City, you have strays as well, but no one has looked into it on the percentage. So we can't say if they're free roaming owned or if they're really stray dogs.
Right. I've seen. Now you had this one dog that hurt pretty bad, and they had to have some surgery. This last one, I think it was, they ended up having to amputate the leg, was it? And then sew up his head. Is he doing okay now?
Nah, he's doing fine. He got stitched up, and so he's doing quite good. He's afraid of people by now, what you can imagine, because he was hit with a bush knife.
Oh, sure.
But otherwise, he's doing good. Yes, it looks excellent.
Well, that's good. Now, I usually put, on my shows, what I do is I put it out on 3 different places. I put it on Spreaker.com, It goes out on iTunes. It goes on Tumblr. I don't know if I sent you all that information or not. It goes on Blog Talk Radio. It's just there are about a dozen places there that this show will go out on where people can hear it. And we have a good audience listening each week. And I usually do it on a Wednesday, but this week I got a little behind because the lady from the show last week, I was waiting on her to contact me on it. So, yeah, now how big of a facility do you have there?
Currently, we only have 5 kennels, or actually 7 kennels. So we have 5 normal kennels, 2 quarantine kennels, and it is square meter wise, I actually can't say. It is small. We started it as a private rescue because we ended up with 9 dogs in between on our own, and continued finding that. So, and then after that we decided actually now that we want to do more, and we built that shelter with the idea of offering a boarding service, which is financing the project. That was actually working quite well in the first year, but since we got more known in the area, we are now full with rescue dogs, and we can't offer that boarding service anymore and rely completely on donations, which on the other hand also picked up very much.
Right. Yeah. You can't.
We are now looking into another property where we can make a permanent spay and neuter clinic, where we have a base for the rabies vaccinations, and where we can just simply do more for the community and also offer this boarding service again.
Okay. Now you have some people working for you. Now are they volunteer people that come in and do all these services for you, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the expatriates we are having here, they are volunteers, and the Tanzanian staff is employed.
I noticed a couple pictures that you have on your page and your website that they look really happy in their job there, because it's people have to love animals to go in and do free service like that. And I want you to let everybody know that we appreciate people that help out like that.
Yeah. Now, I have to say the Tanzanian staff we have by now is amazing. We have one dog handler who is simply great. So even with the most afraid dogs, after half a day they're bonding with him. He is amazing, really.
Wow.
And he loves his animals. So whenever we rehome a dog, he is actually really sad.
Yeah.
He would like to keep them all.
Yeah, I know what you mean there. Did you listen to my last show that I sent to you? Did you hear any of that?
No, I haven't yet. I was quite busy with accounting, so I didn't have time. But we're looking into that one this evening.
Okay, the same here. They Mary that I did my last interview with, she's running a place out there in Tucson, Arizona, and they take dogs from another place called Pima County Care Center. The Pima County Care Center, they're euthanized dogs, but they're up to 80% kill free, and so that they're working.
Yep.
They're working towards 100%, but until then, they're getting ready to expand also, or build a new building. But this other lady, she takes the dogs that they're going to euthanize, and she has like 90 people that will take the dog home with them and keep them until she can adopt them out. So it's pretty nice, to have somebody take the dog on the day before they're euthanized and try to help them out.
Yeah, seems to be a big issue in the States. I have the feeling if I look on the internet, I did some research on that. We are 100%. How do you say that?
Kill.
No kill shelter.
No kill, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
because I think it's a difficult issue. Like out here, yes, for sure, we sometimes have to leave dogs behind because the shelter is full. But then on the other hand, you don't put all your effort and your love into an animal, which then at the end you have to euthanize. I think that's a bit of ridiculous. And our shelter is a little bit different, I think, to the ones in the States, because we're trying to find dog-loving persons for it, and we are running the shelter like private dogs, which we are then rehoming. So it's not that they're kennelled in, they're getting walked 2 times a day. All that, I think, which is an exemption to a couple of these big shelters you see all over the world.
Yeah, right. I know it's hard to take care of an animal there without having some kind of feelings for it. Of course, we have cats here, and Me and my wife have 3 cats, and then my mother-in-law has 13. They're all
Oh.
yeah. We got a big place here, a big screened-in back porch for them. It's probably about 15 by 50, and it's all screened in. And and she's got some house cats, and then she's got some outdoor cats. But the outdoor cats come in at night. Of course, we have a lot of panthers and bear down here, so the cats know when it feels uncomfortable for them, and they come up to the door and want in for the night. So it's exciting, because each cat has its own little. It's just its own self, and you have to learn what they are, who they are, and why they are the way they are. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It seems like the ones out in Arizona are mostly dogs. And yeah, they really do take good care of them out here. And so now, I know now you say you have the Facebook page, and then you have the regular website. You tell listeners how they could look for you on both of those?
The website, we have a few technical issues at the moment. It's really, really slow to update it. So the website is more or less for our general information, what we do and how it all started. The Facebook page is really our social media where we announce dogs, where we announce what we do currently and the projects we are running.
Okay. And I did see where you was asking for some help. Was $150 to help on that one dog that had the surgery. Is this a common thing, or is it just something that happened to come up for donations? I know it takes money to run them places, and there's a lot of people here that really help out well on donating. And so that's why I was thinking I'm even going to put that up there, that you do accept donations for this, because everybody knows, it takes money to do that. And when you got volunteers that spends their free time to help out animals like that, people think that's worth their while to send donation money to the people like that.
Yeah. Now, what we do when we have those cases, for example, where we have to take urgent action, then we are posting them with a fundraiser together. And for example, next week we are posting a big fundraiser for this new property. We have asked for various grants so far, but they're all still in the process. But we need to move ahead, for example, and that's something we simply can't do on our own.
Right.
Sandra and me, we are putting. I'm the one who's still working 2 days a week, just to get it financed as well.
Do you have events and things there where you go to? We have where they'll go to some kind of they'll have a car wash event, or they'll have a cake and pie where they try to sell things, to make extra money too.
Yeah, that's a little bit tricky out here. The expatriate community in Tanzania, or here in Arusha, is not so big, and for these fundraising events, we are simply understaffed. We don't find the time actually to organize them. We have a connected charity in Scotland, in the UK, the Friends of Africa, and they do a lot of fundraising events for us. So this is where good amount of money is coming in as well to support the project.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's nice when countries come together to do something like that.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I'm retired, and me and my wife moved down here from Ohio, and I retired last November, and this is my little my full-time hobby, I guess you'd say. We got into nature, and me and my wife would go out and take pictures of the birds, different birds and animals and things, and the flowers. And I thought, well, there's a lot of dogs and cats out there, and they're in nature too. They're part of the nature. So we'll start talking about that as well.
Yeah, have you ever been to Tanzania?
No,
Hi, William.
No, I've never been that far. Yeah, it looks like a nice place to visit, though. I mean, there's it's just like open out there, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it is definitely a beautiful country. We got stuck here 12 years ago. We left Germany. I guess you can hear my German accent. It's very terrible. But we actually traveled overland and then got stuck here. Just wanted to work a little bit to move on. And that's 12 years ago. Now we have a property, we have a house, and call it our home.
All right. Yeah. You have to make the best of what you get yourself into, but if you're enjoying what you're doing, that kind of eased it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to. I did kind of want to come to Florida, but my wife's family's from here, so they needed some help, and so here we came, and I'm getting used to it.
Yeah.
It's totally different to down here, different trees, different climate and everything. In the wintertime it's warm, and in the summertime it's hot.
Yeah. What temperature do you have by now?
Well, this is what they call summer, and it's called the rainy season, hurricane season, and it rains 6 months out of the year here, and you can count on rain every day. And but the temperatures are around 90 degrees, and after it rains, it seems to cool off a little bit with the humidity. But in the wintertime, you can still go to the beach and go swimming in the wintertime. So, and the temperatures are around 75.
Okay.
I hear your little buddies back there in the background just barking away.
Yeah. Yeah, it's close to 7 o'clock now here in the evening. So the night is coming in and they're getting locked away now. We don't have panthers, but we have leopards out here. So they all sleep in the kennels now.
Right.
We have, like with the 20 we have at the moment, they're all doing quite well together. But now it's separation time and everyone has to go to his kennel.
Right. Yeah, that's... And is kennels, are they outside kennels or are they indoor kennels?
It's a house we built for them. So it's 5 different rooms, or 5 separate rooms. Quite big ones, 2 by 2.5 meters. So they're occupied depending on age group and how well they are together.
Right.
But they are on the outside, yes. Big building with separate cabins inside.
Okay. Yeah, so you were saying it was almost 7 o'clock there. It's almost noon here, so you're like 7-hour difference in us.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's anything else you'd like to say about the place or say to the listeners, what would be the thing you would say to a listener about taking care of their pets?
It is quite a challenge in Tanzania because dogs are having no value out here. Someone explained it very well to me the other day. He said, look, if a cow is sick, a cow gives us milk, and I can sell a cow for quite some good money when I slaughter it. So for sure, when a cow is sick, I'm calling the vet. For a goat, it's different. A goat is cheaper. So when I have some money, then I can get the vet for it. But if a dog is sick, then I can get a dog for free from my neighbor. So there's hardly any veterinary care out here, and this is what we're trying to change now.
Right.
And it is actually quite amazing this year when we started with a vaccination campaign to see how many people actually are interested in giving their dog some care. And now also with the spay and neuter campaign, the response was actually really, really good. So they are aware that there is someone out here by now who goes out to the villages and is trying to give them basic help, and which they for free and appreciate it.
Right.
And we see it now when we walk with the dogs that there's a good response to Africa, the dogs of Africa. That's how we are called. And it's simply great, and we hope that over the years we can change that attitude towards companion animals.
Right. Now, are there any other services out there or shelters not really nearby, but I mean around in some other areas?
In the Arusha region where we are operating, we have 2 more welfare organizations which are taking mostly care of donkeys. Donkey welfare is another big issue out here. We are the only ones taking care of dogs and cats.
Okay, right. Yeah, so it's really interesting, and I've had a great time talking with you, and you do speak well. I mean, everybody has their own little accents, and everybody has their own little way they talk. And I've listened to some people that it's a little hard to understand what they're saying, but no, I had no problem listening to you. Okay, I don't know. I've got this funny accent. A lot of people don't understand sometimes, but that's people around here. I don't have the accent that Floridians have. I've got the accent of Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can understand that very well.
Good.
But I know my German accent. The worst thing I once had someone ask me, where are you from? And I said, from Germany. And he said, no, I can hear that one, but which town are you from? So that was actually quite embarrassing.
Yeah, it's not so much what country you're from, it's what city that you come from, because they all sound different. But okay, well, I think I'll just wrap this one up here and call it a show, and I'll send you the link to the show, and then you can save that somewhere. And every week after I put a new show out, that link will still work for my last show. It just keeps putting.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you and then from there you can go to episodes on that page, and it will take you to a list of all the episodes that I've done. Well, I appreciate you letting me get a hold of you there and getting in contact with you about the dog services that you do down there. And I just want to say again that very good job, and we're going to let the listeners hear about it.
Yeah, great. And thanks so much for contacting us.
All right.
And thanks so much for the compliments.
You're welcome. And we hope you have a rest of the weekend, a good weekend. And maybe we can contact you later if you actually, you can be back on the show anytime if you have any updates or urgent needs or anything like that. Just give me a holler, and we'll get it out there on that radio. It's a podcast that it's worldwide. It goes to anybody that listens to on the internet that finds our show on there. And then with the little advertising that we do to send it out there, we're happy with the listeners we get. They're pretty much weekly listeners that we have on here. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
This episode was done through Skype. Got Skype? Get Skype. Go to skype.com, spelled SKYPE. For more information about Nature Talk News, you can email us at naturetalk@outlook.com, or you can visit our website at naturetalknews.com, and there you can send us a message, or you can send us a voice message. Also, you can listen to each one of our episodes straight from this page. Share this with a friend and let us know what you think of our Nature Talk News show.